So I wanted to go over my battle rattle setup. Actually, I'm going to go over a couple of setups that I utilize and some extra items that I might toss on just as on a as needed basis. But about a year ago, I made a video about the struggles of finding duty kit and just understanding how to set things up properly, what works well together, what I might need, what manufacturers are out there, because there's a ton out there. There's a ton to choose from, and if you choose the wrong size or the wrong setup, having to start over again definitely doesn't really make a whole lot of financial sense. Like if I could do this all over again, I'd buy one plate carrier, one battle belt, maybe one chest rig, and some pouches, right? And I think that would benefit a lot of people if they just kind of went that route. And honestly, that's the route that I wanted to go. But as I trained more and as I used the kit more, the more I realized some things worked better for me than others. Some items are definitely higher quality than others, and that's not to say that you have to buy like name brand, like high dollar stuff, but because there's definitely some like cheaper items in this, and but sorting through the garbage, especially in that cheap shit, is hard. And I set up my kit in a way where I just, when I first started, I kind of tacked on as much shit as I could, and that became very hard to. It came like cumbersome, hard to move in, hard to gain access to the things that I actually needed when I needed it, and I didn't focus on some important items as much, like medical. I I'm very much into medical now. I've taken a medical class and I've seen the importance of it. I've always seen the importance of it, but until you actually take a medical class and start to understand like how little time you actually have if something serious happened until a professional can get there, it really makes you open your eyes a little bit more. Now, I've been in war zones. I've seen people get hurt and die because of gunshot wounds, explosions, um, their injuries afterwards. So I've always kind of understood the importance, but I've never been one to actually utilize and apply the medical training myself. But I'll go into the medical stuff later. But I just kind of wanted to state at least how important medical was, because I think a lot of us, when we first get into this, we kind of like focus on the firearm, the maybe like the holster, the battle belt, maybe a cool plate carrier and some plates and some magazine pouches and stuff. And we tend to overlook some of the other items that I think uh, benefits a lot of people. And I've kind of simplified my setup definitely more over time. Like I said, just tacking on a bunch of shit just makes it very hard to move, makes it hard to get in and out of cars, makes it hard to bend down, go prone, makes it hard to move around obstacles. Things may snag on doorways. You know what I mean? Like when you just tack on a bunch of shit, like you can look like I don't know, like this crazy Russian fully armored door breacher that is just over the top. You absolutely don't need something like that. You may, I don't. I personally can't carry around that much weight, so I weigh like 160 pounds. I'm 5'6", 160 pounds. So I I try to keep my weight down to a minimum. And I think because I'm already carrying around basically a 9 pound rifle, keeping your weight down is definitely going to help you in the long run. If you do a full day's training in full battle rattle, you'll start to feel every ounce and every pound. So um, if you only throw it on for 30 minutes or so, it's not that big of a deal. But I think it would benefit people if they actually just put on your duty kit and walked around the house all day with it. Do your chores in it. Work outside if you have the ability to work outside. Stuff like that. Like I think it would really start to make you realize how much this weight can actually affect you over time. So let's get right into it. And I'm going to get right into the plate carrier because um, I think a lot of people like like plate carriers. I see the need for a plate carrier and some decent plates. Not everyone has the need for a plate carrier and decent plates, but um, the plate carrier, it offers a lot of utility because you can put on a bunch of stuff onto your plate carrier. And with modern plate carriers now, you actually have the ability to run things on your back, which I think is very useful. Um, and this is much easier to put on than a battle belt. You also have the benefit of protection, depending on what type of plates that you're putting in there. I personally put in 3+ plates just because of the particular plates that I've chosen. This whole plate carrier setup, including both a front plate and back plate, is only 11 pounds. That's with all loaded magazines in here. That's with the plate. That's with the backpack. That's with everything. And this is an Agilite K0 bag plate. It's got the rear and front. It comes with the full plate carrier. Some manufacturers only sell like the front bag and the rear bag, and then you have to buy the cummerbund. You have to buy the straps. I think that's a pain in the ass. Buy from somebody that will sell you like the whole damn thing that you need. Now, granted, there may be upgrades that you can do to it, but my suggestion is don't piece something together yourself, especially if it's your first time. Go ahead and buy like a full plate carrier and stuff. And I've bought some cheap plate carriers, and while they will work, um, over time I found that the stitching kind of starts to come unraveled. Things start to sag. It's not cut properly. It's just not as well thought out as a quality plate carrier. And this is, like I said, this is an Agilite K0. You don't have to buy it from Agilite. I am not sponsored by Agilite or any of these manufacturers, by the way. This is just what I've chosen to use, and it's a quality product. The Agilite makes quality products, but if you chose like a Cry JPC or a Faro Concepts, an HRT, Defense Mechanisms, as long as it's a reputable manufacturer, I'd say that would probably be just fine for you. Now, I liked the fact that Agilite came with everything that I needed. It came with a decent cummerbund. It came with good straps. Came with a good front bag and rear bag, and all the products worked very well together. Everything was kind of designed and engineered in mind to go together, which I really like. It's not like you're buying a bunch of separate pouches and tacking them on and hoping that things are engineered and designed in a way that will allow you to bend over and twist and turn and things of that sort. Um, Agilite's definitely put a lot of thought into this. And the more that I utilize a quality plate carrier, the more I wish I would have just started with a quality plate carrier. Now, you can get away with like a $50 plate carrier, but you'll want to upgrade over time. Um, I think if you started around the $200 mark for a full complete plate carrier, not including your plates, not including your magazine pouches, just the plate carrier and cummerbund and your straps and stuff. Um, I think that's a good benchmark of quality. And like I said, just pick from a quality manufacturer and you should be okay. But this is an Agilite K0. And I picked the K0 because I wanted a relatively lightweight plate carrier, as some plate carriers can be very bulky and very heavy. They also make a K19, which is more of it's just got a lot going on there. It's a lot heavier. I don't know exactly how much the K0 weighs, but I can tell you with the two plates that I have, the micro map, all the loaded magazines, the magazine pouches. It only weighs 11 pounds for this entire setup. And the plates that I utilize, they're only like 3.1 pounds a piece for level 3 plus. They are NIJ certified, and they can withstand up to 6 hits from like 3,500 feet per second M193 or 3,200 feet per second M855, 6 rounds. So I think that that should be just fine for this. And there are definitely a lot of different plates out there, but buy from a reputable plate manufacturer. Plates have definitely become down a lot in price. I'll just show you the plate since I kind of have one available. I keep a plate in this backpack and stuff, just in the bag in the back here. And that's another setup. But these are the plates that I currently use. They're from Tactical Scorpion Gear, and these particular plates are ASP, or Active Shooter Protection. As I say, they are NIJ certified level 3 plus. Well, level 3 plus is an actual certification, but it's been tested for 6 rounds of M193 or M855. And these are very lightweight. These are very thin. These are polyethylene plates. You can buy ceramics, you can buy aramid fibers, or you can buy steel. My preference is going to be polyethylene. And with polyethylene, you're going to get a thinner profile. You're going to get a lighter weight than ceramics or steel. I have steel plates. I have ceramic plates. Ceramic plates, especially if it's one solid piece of ceramic and not like separate, basically ceramic tiles of your ceramic, it's really only good for 1 or 2 hits before the entire plate's compromised. So with polyethylene, you can get multiple hits, and I like it. So like I said, these are only 3.1 pounds a plate, and that is super light for level 3 plus polyethylene. For this much rated ballistic protection, this is a very lightweight plate. So you can see how thin it is. This is multi-curve, and these plates are with the right sale and with the right coupon code, you can get these plates for like $250 a piece, which I am very, very happy with. That price is excellent for this protection, for this weight, and for this this thickness. What's really nice about these is these are all completely manufactured in the United States. I contacted Tactical Scorpion Gear and just asked them how they manufacture their plates. They manufacture them right there somewhere in the Carolinas. I forget if it's North or South Carolina. There's about a 2-week lead time on this from the time you order to the time you get them. But I have not personally tested these, right? And I actually don't see any videos online of others having tested these, just because this particular plate is relatively new. But from what I've seen about Tactical Scorpion Gear, they seem to be quality plates. Like, people have used other like 3 and level 4 plates, and then they've held up to the testing and stuff. So these again are the lightest, thinnest level 3 plus plates that are rated for basically 5.56 caliber weapon systems. So I highly like these plates so far. So $250 a piece. Plates have gone down considerably since I've gotten into plates. It used to be like steel plates were going to be like your go-to if you were on a budget. I seriously don't think that $500 for 2 plates, multi-curved, mind you, is a bad deal at all, because steel plates are going to cost you what, like $50 to $100 a piece, depending on the rating and stuff. So, and steel's incredibly heavy. They're like 10 pounds a piece. So it's almost 7 pounds more. Some other polyethylene plates go all the way up to 6 pounds a piece, right? So these are about half the weight of other polyethylene plates. Ceramic plates can be about 6 pounds a piece. So when you add plates in the plate carrier, you're talking a lot of weight. And then if you're running ARs, a fully loaded AR magazine with 30 rounds, they're basically exactly a pound a piece. So you got 1, 2, 3 pounds. 3 pounds for front plate, 3 pounds for the rear plate, and then about 2 pounds for the actual plate carrier and the pouches and stuff. So it's a really, really lightweight setup, and I really like it. Now, the pouches themselves, I've gone through a couple of manufacturers of pouches. There's basically two kinds of pouches. There's going to be elastic type pouches, and then there's going to be kind of like hard Kydex type pouches. And there's benefits to both. The hard Kydex ones, like for example, STAC makes really nice hard Kydex ones, right? Let's take this out. You can see they have like a Kydex insert in there, but the downside is there's not a lot of give, whereas your where is it? Your elastic type pouches, right? They'll fold down when you don't have a magazine stowed in them, and they stay out of the way a lot better. Like especially if you're going prone and you don't have a magazine in there, it'll give and it'll bend and stuff, which is kind of nice. Now these particular magazine pouches are kind of the best of both worlds. These are still elastic, but they offer some good properties um, of Kydex, right? So these will still kind of fold down. One thing I don't like about elastic pouches, it's very hard to reinsert magazines, especially just one-handed. A lot of times the funneling on the top isn't as open. And especially if the elastic's a little bit bent to the side or they're flattened down, it's going to be hard to reinsert those magazines. Now, Agilite, they did think about this, and they've created these large funnels to kind of help you index the magazines back into the pouch. I think it's ingenious. And it's still elastic on the bottom, so there's still going to be some give. Now, it is going to be a little bit harder on the top, but I kind of like this funneled magwell on top. And then they actually put hook and loop on the inside, so you can either add a retention strap if that's your thing, or what it also does, it just kind of helps keep the magazine in there. So I really like these, they call them pincer placards. Actually, I've got another, let's show you this one. The pincer placard, just like this, gives you a little bit better look. Hook and loop on the back. And what I like is they've independently sewed these together, right? Instead of just making one placard and there's no give in between, you know, you still have the ability to where it can flex, where there's a little bit of extra material in between, and that also gives the ability for magazines to spread out at the bottom and stuff. So and it comes with metal G hooks, or you can get it also comes with buckles. Comes with a pack of buckles too. These are highly adjustable. You just flip up this hook and loop, and you can adjust it high or low depending on your preferences. And they make an admin pouch that goes on front if you choose to have an admin pouch. They did not have the admin pouch in stock when I ordered, so I'll be ordering the admin pouches. And then just like their rifle magazines, I bought a couple of pistol magazines, but these also work for multi-tools. They also come with a retention strap. These are definitely a lot tighter than the rifle mag pouches, but they're designed exactly the same. I do like they come with like a flap that you can utilize for like a flashlight or a multi-tool. These are really good kind of small general purpose pouches, because a lot of times people want to carry a flashlight or a multi-tool, and or you can carry a couple of other things like double stack 9mm pistol mags. So I do really like that. Now, I did want to talk about this space right here, as I think a lot of people tend to think you can put like a nice admin pouch up there, but from my experience, I've tried it. Admin pouches don't really work. No pouch really works up here, because what'll happen, even with like a thin admin pouch. So hold on, just doing this all one-handed, so just kind of bear with me. So like this would be like a thin admin pouch, right, where it's really not all that thick. You can put like maybe a cell phone and some other things, but what it tends to happen is it's going to make it hard to get to your main magazines there. So I don't want to impede my ability to get to the magazines, so I just put some patches on there. Got a custom made 2A Michael J patch made. I got a whole bunch of them. And then I've got a couple of different flag setups. This is an IR flag. I'm not sure actually how I feel about IR signature, but I would hope if someone's utilizing night vision, they're probably a good guy. And if they see that I have IR signatured flags and stuff, they probably understand that I personally am not a threat. That's my thinking behind it. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I may just move to a non-IR, infrared flag at some point, but that was just my thinking about it. These straps are really nice too, very adjustable, and when you shoulder it, it doesn't impede on the shouldering of the weapon system of the AR-15 and stuff. So I really like this plate carrier. And another thing that I really like about this plate carrier is this micro map. So it's a little mini backpack that you just put on the back of the plate carrier. And it kind of mollies in the back. It's got some Velcro on the back, kind of keep it secure. But this backpack is really versatile. And I've chosen to get it with the hydration bladder. It's a SAPI sized hydration bladder, which is kind of nice. You could also put another SAPI plate in this, another 10 by 12, or I think 10 by 12 is probably the largest that you can fit in here. I don't think 11 by 14 is going to fit in there. Then you got a couple of extra pouches and stuff on top. I'm doing this one-handed, so this would be a little bit difficult for me to show you, but let's see if I can get these G hooks out. This is a really versatile pack. Kind of flips down right there. You can put like a breaching tool, bolt cutters. You can put a lot of different things in this. This little part, it's reinforced. I think that's nylon instead of just regular like 500 or 1000D, whatever. But it's it will push down. Let's see. Kind of hard to do this one-handed. Basically, you can put like helmets, you can put breaching tools. You can use this for a lot of things. The only downside to a setup like this is that it's going to be a little hard to access this stuff. And I have found a workaround for it. Defense Mechanisms makes a what do they call it, like a Condite strap or something strap system that allows you to easily unbuckle backpack systems and stuff. So I may look into purchasing that down the road. That would be like an extra $30, but overall, again, this setup, how it is set up, only weighs 11 pounds with the plates, with the magazines, with everything. And I would figure this whole thing probably cost me about, oh shit, $600. So it's not cheap. It's a $600 plate carrier setup, not including the plates. So let's call it $1,000 to get a decent plate carrier setup, including the plates. All right, that's a lot of information. Let's go over the battle belt. And just doing this one-handed. Let's get that back on there. Let's try just to kind of push that up. All right. So battle belts. From my experience, most of the battle belts are going to be good, right? I don't see a big difference in how you can set up a battle belt, the quality of battle belts. You can get the ones with the Tigris inside of it. You can get the, I do suggest getting MOLLE and whatnot. This Blue Force gear is great. My Defense Mechanism belt's great. The main thing that I got to tell you to do is just make sure you get one that fits. And finding a battle belt that fits is going to be, it's difficult for me. I'm a small guy. I wear like a 26-inch waist. I usually wear 28-inch waist pants, but if you actually measure my waist, it's like 26 inches. I have a very small waist, even though I weigh 160 pounds. So just get a battle belt that fits. Get one that has MOLLE, and get one that has a good what do you call it? A good inner belt. Not all inner belts are created equal. I'd get one that's more stiff, in my opinion, than others. Some of the floppy ones just don't retain that outer belt as well. And holsters. A lot of people like to go holster. I chose Safariland for all my holster setups. This is a UBL with a QLS system with a Safariland 6354 DO. I chose the DO version so I could so I didn't have the extra hood and stuff. It still retains the gun pretty well, and it's only a level 1 retention where I have a 6390 or something that's a level 3 with the hood. I just to give that one a shot, and then I've also got this True North Concepts MHA modular holster adapter with a QLS adapter on it and the True North Concept leg strap. Unfortunately, because I bought this on Black Friday, True North Concepts only sent me the red bag with 3 screw assemblies for their belt attachment, but they are sending me more screws. They were very quick to respond, and good customer service with True North Concepts. They also have lifetime guarantees and other stuff. So I'm going to try like a little bit lower ride on my holster setup. And I'm going to, you can see, I've got this canted. So like a lot of the Safarilands, they'll be at a negative cant where I'd kind of want they'll be canted back. I kind of want it canted forward. I think it's just easier to draw my pistol that way. So I don't suggest using just regular Kydex holsters. You can, but if you're running and crawling, and I've seen a lot of firearms come out of their holster for just like regular Kydex retention. I would definitely suggest getting like what is it, like Alien Gear or Safariland or an actual duty type holster if you're going to run a good battle belt setup. Gloves, I have found, like, cheap gloves work, right? But gloves help me out a lot. These are like the third pair of these gloves that I've gone through. These are absolutely my favorite gloves that I have. I've got 2 pairs now, but I've gone through a couple of pairs, just worn them and got them extremely dirty and stuff. These are the Agilite Mechanics gloves, and what I really like about these is A, they fit like a glove, and B, they've cut out the index finger, your pointer finger, and the thumb, just allowing a little more control, especially for pulling the trigger and for like utilizing a smartphone and stuff. They're really nice gloves. I just gloves aren't expensive. Don't really cheap out on your gloves. I've got the ones with the like high impact polymer for the knuckles, looks super cool and stuff. Uh, those are a little heavy, a little bulky. Sometimes it's hard to get your finger in the trigger guard and stuff. So just my personal preference is something that's a little more lower profile, a little slimmer fitting, but still has like some grip and protection for your hand. So get a pair of high quality gloves. They're like 20 or 30 bucks for a decent pair of gloves, not expensive. And then I like to put my gloves on either an actual climbing carabiner that can hold some weight, or one of these like keyring adapters that you can get from like Blue Force Gear or Defense Mechanisms or whatever. These are really handy. I would actually buy. Um, I put like 1 or 2 on your setups. Having one on like a plate carrier is not a bad idea. These do really do come in handy. You can put chem lights on them. You put your gloves when you're not using them. You can put your keys, even though they kind of clank around and stuff. But to me, you're not going to lose your keys if they're on this, where they can fall out of a pocket or something, or just put them in a pouch and stuff. And then I'm running 1 pistol mag on my belt, which is an STAC 45 degree STAC Kiwi. I really like STAC Kiwis. I have not tried a ton of mag pouches. I just haven't seen the need to try a whole bunch of different magazine pouches. As basically, again, there's only really 2 kinds. There's like Kydex retention and there's elastic retention. And then I like being able to index and get my mag out. And yes, you can see these do retain the magazines pretty well. It's without the belt actually, you know, retained on my waist and stuff, they're actually a little difficult to come out. So I keep two rifle mags on the side and one pistol mag in the front. I sometimes would change this out and put another rifle mag on there if I'm really running a true rifle type setup. But I'll always have a pistol on my battle belts, so it's not bad to have an extra pistol mag. And then if you come back here, always have a dump pouch. This is Defense Mechanisms dump pouch. Honestly, you don't need to buy an expensive dump pouch. This was like a damn $50 dump pouch or something, and it doesn't do anything more than this cheap Pet Tac dump pouch. And honestly, I like this Pet Tac dump pouch more than I like the Defense Mechanisms dump pouch. This is lower profile. This offers more features. I like I like the straps that it comes with better. I like everything about this dump pouch more than this expensive dump pouch. So from my experience, like, it's easier to roll up. You can fit more in it. Like, this is really stiff and stuff. I don't know. You don't have to buy expensive dump pouches. They're just not worth it, in my opinion. A dump pouch is a dump pouch. So I bought like 3 of these Pet Tac dump pouches, whereas I'll probably end up switching this Defense Mechanisms dump pouch out just because I really don't like it as much. I really don't. And then I keep this spot open right here for either like a general purpose pouch, or I mainly put medical, and I have a couple of different types of medical pouches. This one's like a little slimmer profile medical pouch, but this one I'll put on here if I'm looking to just save a little bit of room. Like if I plan on sitting a whole lot, sometimes I don't want this big bulky medical pouch on. And this medical pouch actually has 2 tourniquets. It's got a bandage and stuff, and the pouch stays on you, and you can rip this off, which is really handy. Whereas this one is just stationary on you. You can't rip it off, but it still has everything that I need. It's going to be a little bit harder to access. And then if I really just want to save weight here, I'll throw just like a tourniquet on this way or this way. I got a tourniquet. I can fit a pair of shears right back here. Hold on. I fit a pair of shears right through here, and keep a marker for the timestamp on your tourniquet and stuff. So there's 3 different setups that you can run, or that I run on my battle belt setup, right? Let's see. Like I said, I'm doing this one-handed. Oh well, I'm not going to get it right now, but you can see the 3 different types of medical that I'll leave this slot open for my medical. So, and I can technically put medical in here, but this would definitely be harder to access the medical over something on a belt. Belt medical is definitely easier to get to than plate carrier medical, unless sometimes you can put your medical pouch maybe on the side of your cummerbund right there. Where the magazines are, I don't suggest putting too much over here, as that can impede accessing the actual magazines. This can impede on drawing your pistol a little bit, but the pistol is a lot lower than the magazines. So pouches on your right side or your dominant side would be easier than pouches on your weak side. All right, I won't go into too much more since it's a pretty long video, but this is my main battle rattle setup, and I'll just go over this real quick, just because it's going to be quick. This is an extra sling bag that I keep around with extra medical in it. I mean, it's got a full medical pack in here. It's got 2 tourniquets and a Israeli bandage, 2 chest seals, some quick clot. I put some iodine pads in here. What else do I have? I got some NPAs, or nasopharyngeal airway things that you put up people's noses. I've got a lot in here. I've got combat gauze. I've got 4x4 gauze. I've got rolled gauze. I meant that's a full medical kit ready to go. And what's really nice is you can just sling that over your shoulder really quickly. Like, let's say you're going to like an amusement park or something, and some of the pouches are still open. Like this main admin pouch is still open back here, nothing in it. This pouch is still open right here, nothing in it. And I'm using that one. That one's got tourniquets in it. But that's it. And like I said, I'll put a plate in this bag back here. I promise you, it fits, and it fits in relatively tight to my back and stuff. That one's multi-curved as well, but it fits pretty good to my back. But I'll put a plate in my backpacks, especially if I'm not going to run a plate carrier and stuff. And then I'll keep some pouches on front. Sometimes I'll take these pouches off and put them on my plate carrier or my belt. And this one's my my duty flashlight. Very bright. It's programmable. This is a Cloud Defensive MCH Duty. I really like this light. And you could also, I got it with the therm thing, and you can basically press this and use it as a weapon light if you don't have a light on your pistol. You can buy a 1-inch ring and put this on a rifle. It's really versatile. So, and this is just a tourniquet pouch that same tourniquet pouch that this is. So tourniquet pouches are very useful. They're a little bit bigger than magazine pouches because a lot of tourniquets are going to be bigger than actual magazines. A lot of them are elastic and stuff. But I like to use tourniquet pouches as my duty flashlight pouches. They double as a lot of different things. This is just a Gerber multi-tool. This particular multi-tool has seen combat and been overseas. This is my personal multi-tool from the United States Army. It has served me well. It could probably be changed out to something a little bit nicer, a little bit better, a little more modern. This is from 2004, so it's pretty old. But this has served me well. It works well. I like it. The only thing that I would probably upgrade is the actual pouch itself. Pouch isn't bad though, but the digital ACUs, definitely not people's jam anymore. That's my old beret pen from the Army and the Corps of Engineers. And then I keep some extra batteries and stuff for either my my weapon light on my rifle or my duty flashlight and stuff. So that's kind of how I have things set up. These are really nice and wide where I can take off this holster off the QLS minus the extended magazine, but I can keep the pistol in there and it'll fit in these side pouches, which is really nice. My concealed carry with the holster fits really nice in these. So that's kind of what I put in those. They also keep magazines and ear protection in there pretty easily. So that's kind of how I have a backpack set up. I know it's not the most gray man type backpack. It's pretty obvious, but honestly, I've got a plate in there, and just the way that I look, my haircut, the clothes I wear, I am not gray man at all. So I'm just gonna roll. I'm just gonna roll with it, and then I keep medical in there, and I'll probably keep extra medical in there. In fact, let's make this video a little bit longer. Comms. I'll sometimes put comms in there. I haven't got like a nice radio pouch or anything yet, but I'm starting to train a little bit on this these Battlefangs UV5Rs. I've got 2 radios because if you get two of them. That way you can program the channels to each other, and so you can actually have communication. Pre-program the channels so you can just throw this one to another person. You can at least contact them within, you know, a 3 or 5 mile radius, depending on how much stuff's in between. Sometimes I'll put a fixed blade knife on my battle belt or plate carrier. I don't really like knives all that much. If I do carry a knife, it'll be a like a pocket knife or something. Those are much easier to slap onto things, where this does take up a lot of room and it protrudes. Like this will stick into your sides and stuff, so it makes it a little bit harder. Sometimes I'll take a headlamp. Headlamps are really handy because it's nice to be hands-free and still have light. I'll have a NBC gas mask, and this is the pouch for the actual gas mask. I do wear prescription glasses, but I actually have inserts for this particular gas mask that are prescription. So my prescription glasses, there's like a something you put on the inside that will allow me still see clearly with this particular gas mask. This is my old military gas mask, and you can run a double filter and stuff on it. I've got an extra filter, and these just twist right off. You only need one filter, but you can run two if that's your jam. It's a brand new filter. And I've got a ton of medical. We got Israeli bandages, some medical shears, tourniquet, chest seals. I like Rhino Rescue and North American Rescue. These are North American Rescues. These are NPAs. These are what I was talking about for NPAs. They usually come with lubrication, so you want to include the lubrication if you put them in a medical thing. But you stick them in somebody's nose. They help if like they have blood in their lungs or they're having trouble breathing, stuff like that. And these are the iodine pouches that I was talking about. I think iodine's pretty important. It cleans bacteria, cleans wounds. It's nice just to be able to prep a wound before you bandage it, if they're just not spurting blood everywhere. And I've got a lot of medical. Like that's a full medical bag, full medical bag. Just a tourniquet. There's full medical in here, and then I've got like a little mini medical in here. So, I've got probably 15 tourniquets and like, I don't know, 40 different chest seals of different sizes. I do prefer the compact chest seals because you can fit like a compact chest seal. And this, you want 2 chest seals. If you do put them in something, chest seals are basically for gunshots, especially in the main body area where you can't put a tourniquet and stuff. You got your entry and your exit. You're not always going to have an exit wound, but if you do have an exit wound, you do want to have that other chest seal in there. And then yeah, it's a lot of medical now. But yeah, that's my main setup. Grab my Daniel Defense for that one, and this is kind of like a pistol type setup. Safariland 63, what is that, 6390. This is a micro chest rig from STAC. I really like it. Basically, if you run 2 admin pouches, that might be able to fit all the medical that you need. And my my ADM UIC Mod 2 setup here with a nice multicam sling, 2-point sling and stuff. So if you have any questions, let me know. I know it's a lot to go over. I kind of wanted to go over this stuff a little more in depth. My videos are pretty long. So like I said, if you have any questions about this and maybe I don't put links to where I buy things, but I can at least guide you to where you can buy some of this stuff relatively cheaply. Oh, one more thing. With the medical, I know medical can be really expensive, but like places like LA Police Gear, they offer like Sezzle, they offer PayPal, so you can buy a whole bunch of medical and pay for it in 4 installments over time, which I think makes this a lot easier. I don't suggest you buy all the medical that I do. I just found the need for it. You could probably get away. I'd buy at least 2 or 3 full like medical packs, and a full medical pack will be 2 chest seals, right? You can buy the these are the large ones, but I found the large ones are definitely a lot harder to put in pouches than the compact ones. These are more of the compact size, and these are just a lot easier to store and stuff. Buy a decent tourniquet. Cat 7s are kind of nice for North American Rescue, but honestly, these Rhino Rescue ones, from what I've seen, these are really good tourniquets. I know other people that have utilized these, and they suggest them, and they're cheap. Don't buy like the really cheap Amazon tourniquets. Medical shears really aren't that big of a deal. Just if you buy cheap ones, just know you got like one, maybe two uses out of cheap medical shears than you do with a quality one. A quality one's going to cost you like $30. A cheap one's going to cost you like $5 or $7 for medical shears. But medical shears are kind of hard to stage on gear because they kind of protrude and you might have some sharp edges and stuff. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to store shears on all my things. But shears are pretty important, especially if they cut off clothing in order to get to wounds. These Israeli bandages are kind of nice because they offer like an arch to put pressure on the wound and stuff. And they have gauze kind of built into them. But these are very bulky too. These are kind of hard to fit in all the pouches. These do take up a lot of room. If I could do it over again, I'd buy less of these. I might keep like one or two of these around, put them in my big medical pouches, and I just buy some like 3-inch rolled gauze and some combat gauze, and that would do basically the same thing as these. And these are just a lot easier to store. NPAs aren't necessary, the nasopharyngeal airway things, but they're relatively inexpensive. I bought a 6-pack for like $15. These are a little bit larger, so you got some ones that are a little more compact. Definitely buy everything individually sealed, at least makes it a little bit easier. You don't have to put iodine in everything, but these are so inexpensive and so small. I don't see a reason not to put something like this, like alcohol pads or iodine pads. The only downside to alcohol pads is if I mean, you're going to be in a world of hurt anyway with an open wound, but I'd rather not have to put alcohol on somebody and cause them more pain than something like iodine. Iodine's going to stain, but it's not going to hurt as much and stuff. And then let me just show you some other medical gear since I have it out. And since this is already going to be like an extremely long video, so I really don't care. I'll show you the combat gauze, right, which are very compact, and this is what you use to pack wounds with. This compressed gauze, I buy a lot of these. Like I keep one or two of these in every medical pack. These come in very handy. You can pack a wound with this. You can technically wrap a wound with this, like around an arm or something. But I just keep rolled gauze for that instead of those Israeli type bandages. And that's basically all I wanted to show you with the medical. So if I could do it over again, I just would I'd have like a tourniquet, some roll gauze, some combat gauze, which actually has the like the stop bleed on it. Let me show you the stop bleed here. I bought a lot of that stop bleed stuff too, but honestly, it's pretty expensive. And if someone's gushing blood, it's going to be hard to apply that stop bleed on there. But you can kind of see how I have that set up. Combat gauze is in there. There's a chest seal. Here it is. The stop bleed powder, it's kind of nice, but they make gauze with this like in it basically, so it's going to coagulate the blood and just stop the bleeding a lot sooner. Whereas this is just the powder, it's supposed to pour it in the wound. I bought some of this, so I just keep it in there just because. But buy the combat gauze. The combat gauze is going to be extremely more expensive than just regular roll gauze. But you gotta remember, this is also extremely expensive. This was like $12 for a 4-pack, which might not sound like a lot. They're normally like 15 or 20 bucks for a 4-pack. But if you put that in every medical kit, it can get expensive. And like someone was explaining to me, if they're gushing out blood, you're going to be pouring on the powder, and it's just going to be, being wasted anyway. So get the combat gauze, save yourself the headache there. And yeah, that's about it. Like I said, if you have any questions again, just let me know. I know this is a long video. This is a lot to take in, but this is my channel and I'm going to do what I want. Thanks for watching.